All right, everyone, and we're back. This is Cal with a video of Starlink, a little bit of Elon Musk, his connection to Neuralink, XRP, and why it matters for you. Let's get straight into it. So, today we are going to talk about Starlink and how it connects to everything going forward. So, Starlink is a satellite internet constellation operated by American aerospace company SpaceX, providing coverage for over 60 countries. It aims for global mobile phone service after 2023. Interesting. SpaceX started launching Starlink satellites in 2019. As of August 2023, Starlink consists of over 5,000 mass-produced small satellites in low Earth orbit. They call it LEO, which communicates with design ground transceivers. In total, nearly 12,000 satellites are planned to be deployed, with a possible later extension to 42,000. SpaceX announced reaching more than 1 million subscribers in December 2022 and 1.5 million subscribers in May 2023. The SpaceX Satellite Development Facility in Redmond, Washington, houses the Starlink research and development, manufacturing, orbit, and control teams. The cost of the decade-long project to design, build, and deploy constellation was estimated at SpaceX in May 2018 for at least $10 billion, the equivalent to US $10.73 billion in 2021. SpaceX expects more than $30 billion in revenue by 2025 from satellite constellation. Interesting. Now let's get a little bit into the history of SpaceX now that we kind of know that or whatnot. Give me just a moment. Starlink is a SpaceX's ambitious project to provide global high-speed satellite internet access. The idea of using constellations of low Earth orbit satellites for communicating originated in the 1980s, but early attempts failed due to high launch costs. In the 2010s, SpaceX founder Elon Musk began developing plans for Starlink after initial research. SpaceX publicly announced in 2015 an open satellite development facility. Engineers worked to lower the cost of user terminals and satellites. In 2016, that's when they filed for FCC licenses to operate Starlink. And after gaining approvals, Starlink launched its first test satellites in 2018. The first batch of 60 satellites launched in 2019. Since then, SpaceX has been rapidly building and launching satellites, aiming for initial service in 2020. Starlink is a bold engineering intake requiring continued innovation in a satellite design, launching capabilities, and phase development. But Musk believes affordable global satellite internet is the key to SpaceX's Mars colonization. Pay attention, Mars colonization, and plans by generating revenue for its development. If successful, Starlink could transform internet access worldwide. Keep it going. Right? Now, funny thing is, if we go to, right, it says there are now a total of 3,970 SpaceX satellites across the world. It says SpaceX launched 21 new satellites in its orbit from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California on August 2022, which was yesterday. As of right now, SpaceX has launched 3,970 satellites, accounting for more than 50% of the satellites out in orbit. Now, I want to get a little bit deeper and connect this to a movie. If everybody remembers, there was a movie called The Kingsman, where Samuel L. Jackson played a character who was doing just like this, who had satellites and was also going to give out free cell phones, which end up giving raise and controlling people to do crazy stuff, right? They say that art, right, movies, art imitates life, and we are seeing that. Let's keep it going, right? Now, let's see. This is an article in March 2022, March 22nd, 2022 of last year that talks about Elon Musk sending thousands of satellites into Ukraine during a wartime. Very interesting. It says SpaceX has sent thousands of Starlink satellite internet kits to the Ukraine. Elon Musk space company beginning sending Ukraine shipments of Starlink kits, which come with an antenna, a mounted tripod, and a Wi-Fi router shortly after Russia invaded the Ukraine. Look here, people. It says that as soon as the war started, they started sending out Starlink kits. Now, why would they be doing that? And how can you do that? If anything, that reminds me of Tony Stark sending out Tony Stark's technology in the war in the very first Iron Man. How ironic. Ukrainians can use the Starlink kits to connect directly to SpaceX's network in the orbit, where they have 2,000 satellites today. I'm proud we were able to provide terminals to the folks in the Ukraine. It's been enormously helpful, and I think to ensure people are still communicating. Now, one would think, why would you be sending out Starlink kit internet during a war between two countries that you have no dog in the race? Well, let's keep it going. Let's see. Let's keep it going. Give me just a moment. We'll start from here. Let's see. Now, it says 2 days after Russia invaded, Fedora tweeted a request for Starlink terminals at Musk. 10 hours later, the SpaceX CEO confirmed that Starlink service would be active in the Ukraine. Just 2 days later, on February 28th, Fedora posted pictures of a truck stacked up high with Starlink boxes and himself unboxing the dishy. Behind the scenes, SpaceX scrambled to upgrade its service to use on a battlefield. A firmware update enabled terminals to be powered by a car cigarette lighter, and the company had to adapt to Russia's attempt to interfere with signals between terminals and satellites. David Temper, a director of electronic warfare at the Pentagon, praised the speed of SpaceX invaded with jamming with a software update. Now, last time I checked, the United States military was not supposed to be in between Russia and Ukraine in the beginning. So why is Elon Musk sending satellites to Ukraine for the U.S. military? Something we need to ask. How they did that was eye-watering to me. We need to have the ability. We need to be able to have that agility. Starlink's work in Ukraine also got a boost from the United States government. The United States Agency for International Development began talking with SpaceX about supporting distribution of its terminals in early March, says agency spokesperson, and paid to move a shipment of 5,000 terminals to Poland and work with the Ukraine's government to arrange the final hop across the border. The United States government paid for 1,333 terminals, with SpaceX picking up the bill for the rest. Now the question is why? And it says by late April there were more than 10,000 Starlink terminals in the Ukraine. Fedora said in the post. On May 2nd, they tweeted around 150,000 Ukrainians use the service every day. It also says that Nokia has also updated software used on an equipment for cell towers to better support Starlink. Now, why? Let's keep it going. right? This is Fedora when he tagged Musk in a request for, here you go. And I remember this picture. Remember this picture about a year ago of all these satellites that Fedora, the president, talked to Elon Musk, and poof, voila, poof, there it is. And it says, as far as government regulators who want to block Starlink from using the capability, Musk had a simple answer. They can shake their first fist at the sky, which means you can't do nothing about it. SpaceX has launched about 2,000 satellites to date to support its global network. The company's service has around 145,000 users as of January. They pay $99 a month and $500 a month for premium tier. So let's key in on this. For people who don't like the fact that this is their government regulators, he said they can shake their fist at the sky. What does that mean? That means you can't do nothing about it. Standing on it, right? He's standing on it. Let's go again. So it says the adventures of Elon Musk, Neuralink, Tesla smartphones, and Starlink. Now, as you can see, this is him talking about Starlink and the satellites that are out connected. This is his future idea for a cheap Tesla phone, right? $490, it says there, right? This is Apple threatening to remove themselves from Twitter and him having a conversation. And once they had a conversation, things disappeared and everything was all good. I hope so. It doesn't come to that. Yes, if no other choice, we will make an alternate phone. This is back in November 2020, 25th of last year. And now the connection to Neuralink, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, what you are seeing, right, is the unification of technology in a domino effect. And I will explain to you why. It says Elon Musk has key members of SpaceX Brain Trust are working on a plan that would ramp up high development satellites to beam the metaverse directly into cars, homes, and even people's brains. Even people's brains. I'm going to say that again. Elon Musk has a brilliant trust in a team of people who would rev up the development of high-powered satellites to beam the metaverse directly into cars, homes, and even people's brains, creating a metaverse space fabric. Enabled by the growing Starlink satellite, which currently has an estimated up to 4,000, but will be up to 7,000 probably within a year, and hopefully, and there's already 50% of the satellites out there, which provides satellite-based internet connectivity. The new space-based metaverse or Spaceverse would use Kubernetes field data centers that could rapidly generate virtual worlds, digital twins, and avatars. I'm going to say that again. Would use fueled data centers that could rapidly generate virtual worlds, digital twins, right? And if you see my video that I had before this, I tell you about WorldCoin, the World ID, the orbs, and how that connects to future cryptocurrency wallets and therefore the IMF and the government. So using Starlink, right? Right now, they are working to generate virtual worlds, digital twins, and avatars. The next step would be extending the extensive satellite network directly into people's brains using Elon Musk's new brain interface company, Neuralink. With this move, it would be possible to put people's brains directly into the Spaceverse, where they would be able to interact and control a wide variety of virtual services. Once the brain to space interface is complete, known as the brain space barrier, The sky's the limit. Any number of services could be delivered in Spaceverse, including immersed gaming, virtual real estate, role play, and a powerful new virtual service called Alternate Life. We pay to fly into space when you can create your whole life there. So, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses, what this is saying, connected to all the things that I've been saying over this time, is between artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, which was again funded by Elon Musk, between Sam Altman, who's had responsibility for being a venture capitalist for Coinbase, Dropbox, Airbnb, and countless other applications, rumored Cash App to a degree as well. None of these companies and none of these situations are by mistake. Elon Musk created X.com back in 1999, which turned into PayPal, right? And he said he wanted to be able to be invested in banking accounts and savings and things of that nature. Now he's got X, Twitter, and he's changing the largest social media platform into WeChat, which will be directly connected to everything. And wait, there's more. The next step of that is putting your brain in a metaverse for virtual worlds, digital twins, and an avatar, and to be able to launch your brain into a service called Alternate Lifestyle, right? So he's telling you exactly what they're doing. It says the Spaceverse platform would represent the ultimate integration of all Musk's technology, including Spaceverse integrations with Tesla. It's a powerful version of the future in which people have no reason to do anything real. Customers could create their own virtual persona to roam from Spaceverse to the metaverse, earning money from virtual jobs created in the Spaceverse, where they could plot fake auto-driving cars to nowhere. The team envisions the Spaceverse to be an advanced replica of human thoughts and actions, allowing customers to build their own digital twins in space. One service being developed is autonomous work, or AW. In Musk's Spaceverse, AW customers could create digital twins that live in the Spaceverse fabric, answering emails, building documents, and creating PowerPoints for workers who would otherwise be occupied. Remote work is powerful, but remote virtual fake space work is even more powerful. I mean, who actually wants to go to work? It's a remarkable vision expected to be adopted by people who wish to enjoy well-paying jobs, totally fake jobs in space. If you don't want to replicate yourself, you can purchase an AR, alternate lifestyle. Pricing will be based on an annual subscription, generating an annual recurring revenue. Yes, AR for ARR. The company's already building a catalog of high-price space diagnosis model listed at $1.5 million per year. Investors, analysts are already clamoring to get in, with analysts estimating Spaceverse could be the most valuable company in the world. They're connecting the metaverse directly into people's nucleus atoms. Are you kidding me? This is like ARR on cocaine. Their valuation will be astronomical. So I'm going to explain this again to break down for people. What this is leading to is they're going to use Starlink's satellites for you to create a digital twin, a digital avatar, and work. Your digital twin and digital avatar put you in a metaverse of an alternate lifestyle where you could create your own reality. Right? Now let's go forward. It says, using the master plan, Ripple, XRP, Elon Musk's Starlink, and repossessed gold for a new financial system. So, what they're saying in so many words is that these satellites connected to the quantum financial system, connected to Spaceverse, are going to be how money is distributed and revenue back and forth on the XRP blockchain on a quantum financial system connected to Starlink and Neuralink. So, in conclusion, Starlink has about 4,000 satellites out at the current moment that are being used in 60 different countries as of now. They were big proponents in the Ukraine-Russian war. The eventual plan is for people to be on Starlink technology, to be able to link to Tesla phones, and to eventually be able to be linked into Neuralink to connect your brain to the Spaceverse. So where you could be in an AR, an alternate lifestyle, create a digital twin avatar or character, and now you live, your brain is constantly in the metaverse at all times, right? So this is what's leading to where you will own nothing and be okay with it. Your brain will be interfaced into a spaceverse or metaverse across Starlink internet where you can have an alternate lifestyle digital reality and no longer want to live in the real world. So now you know. And I say all that to say this, people. As I've said in other videos, there's a plan for your life. And at this point in time, it seems like we have no control, but people are going to have to choose. Things are moving fast between ChatGPT, the metaverse, cryptocurrency, CBDCs, Fed Now, the World Economic Trade Forum, the IMF, the United Nations, the G20, the G7, the World International Bank, the Federal Reserve, the Bilderberg, the Trilateral Commission. Everybody is controlling your money, your body, your health, your mind, and with the new inclusion of your brain to the Spaceverse, your soul. I do consultations for cryptocurrency, technology advice, financial advice, and things that for after. It will be in the description. This is not to give myself a shameless plug, but this is a reminder of the Matrix, that this is real. And at the end of this, within the next 3 to 7 years, there will be many things that will be surprising and shock most people. From rumors of disclosure of extraterrestrials, rumors of war, rumors of next viruses, pandemics, climate control, and your brain eventually in the metaverse, along with robots, cyborgs, and therefore after. This is the world that we live in. It's not tomorrow. It's not today. It's yesterday. The question isn't it if this is going to happen. The question is, are you going to be in front of history or are you going to be a victim from it? This is Kal signing out.